Yes, my friend. Yes, my friend. It is another episode of the Higgnz Lounge. But first, before we get started, I need you to do me a big, huggable, lovable favor and like, subscribe, share, and don't forget to comment. Tell me how you really, really, really feel.
Again, that's to show how, accurate and how precise it can be to neutralize a situation,
Right.
even in real life.
I'm not woo. No, I guess I'm not woo. 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 I'm not woo.
One, two, G, and C. And my state of mind felt like I needed to hang with State of Mind today.
Oh, you.
So it came true. Welcome to Higgnz Lounge. Oh, yeah. Nah, we having fun. My boy State of Mind came through, did a studio session.
What's good? What's
So,
good?
We had podcasts,
What's up?
Well, you had just gotten back into music. Let's put that in play. And you spent time doing jujitsu.
Be the person
Now,
I was meant to be.
How many years did you do jujitsu for?
Almost 5 years now.
Well, and why jujitsu?
Be the person I was meant to be.
Is that what?
I mean, it is physically taxing. It's very mental. It's like, it's one of the hardest martial arts out there.
Well, and I don't mean what the reason why I'm saying that is you say that now.
Yeah.
But did you know that then?
Yeah. No, I
And
knew
that's
that
what I'm
then,
saying.
too.
Is that
That's what I'm saying.
Like I wanted to get it in this one because this is the one.
Right. No, so like, I mean, a lot of people I know, do MMA, which is a mixture of everything, but jujitsu is like chess. It's a chess match. It's strategy. You know what I mean?
Right, and I could tell. I mean, all of them are right. But there's a different level of chess to jujitsu that's just different about the other than as opposed to the other fighting.
Right.
Sports, so to say. I mean, every sport is a chess match. Anytime there's a competition, there's a level of it's 90% mental. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's physical. it's physical too.
All
bro.
right, so in your percentage, where would you put
As far as physical
in mental?
and mental?
If you have a pie graph of physical versus mental.
Okay, mental, I'll put high on the pie graph too.
No, I'm saying like percentage, 100%. This
Okay.
sport is if it's the pie graph, how much of it is physical and how much of it is mental?
Mental, I would say 90%.
That's what I just said, 90 and 10 physical.
Then, let's do 70 and the other.
70 and 30?
Yeah,
and the
70
other.
and 30. Yeah, I'll take the other.
It's like, fuck, what's
Yeah,
70 plus?
Yeah, I know. Fucking doing math in my head like I'm a mathematician.
Yeah,
some
all right,
shit.
so
Nah.
70, 30. All
Right,
right,
right.
I was close. I wasn't too far off, but
Anything that gets to that 100%.
well, I was listening to
Yeah.
was Jocko and I
Right.
think it was Jocko and Joe Rogan talking about just they were actually talking about police training
Right.
and the lack of police training in the force and then it got into fighting and like what style of fighting is the most prominent, like what if there's any one that you need to learn first, he's jujitsu.
Yeah, because you
They
can
said-
restrain without doing harm.
Right.
You know what I'm
Jocko
saying?
and like yeah, and some being if you didn't know jujitsu, you would try to you would strike and then try to get away in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like you would be your tactic is to strike and just to defend yourself from this assault, to end this assault. And jujitsu, it's different. Like you you're attacking. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be more on the offensive in that situation and approach the target and completely de-escalate the target with submission. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but it kind of goes both ways.
Or neutralize the target.
Neutralize the situation.
What I want to say.
Because, you know, if you're in a bad spot and you're on the ground, or if someone's on top of you, you have that, knowledge.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
And if you don't have the jujitsu knowledge, but let's say you're a great striker, right? You know what I'm saying? Whatever you might be a kickboxer, whatever it may be, you're a striker.
Right.
You're limited to what you can do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and your approach is going to be more to strike and flee, and then if someone gets on you on the inside of you, you're gonna try to, you always, at the end of the day, you're gonna be backing up. In jiu-jitsu, you are completely prepared to neutralize that target.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because once you because your job is to get in the inside of those strikes, and once you can get,
get in the inside and control.
And you see it today, like in MMA, how the champs, that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? You got great strikers, they fun to watch, but the best in the game know how to put them to sleep. Right. And a great grapplers. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a fact. And so what I attest to is that you are right. I just wanted to get it out of you.
No, I feel it. I feel it.
But speaking of that, I'm gonna make a highlight video for the next episode. But yeah, I went and watched some bare knuckle boxing last night.
Oh, that's what's up.
And it was good, man. It was fun. But just to say that, you could, like I said, you could see the difference. I mean, you're limited to the amount what you can do to your opponent.
Exactly. And bare knuckle, I mean, once they hit the ground, they kind of split up like boxing. You know what I'm saying? So, and I feel like when I watch bare knuckle, like, and then, being involved with MMA too, it's just a lot of people want to shoot. They want to do that wrestling. They want to shoot in for a takedown. If they standing up and if they getting kind of like in a spot, they always, mentally, it's just like programmed, take them to the ground.
Right. Well, you clearly seen like Conor when he was fighting Mayweather that time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it constantly had to pull him off.
Exactly.
Because he didn't, just his natural instinct.
Yes.
And he couldn't control it. It was, and that's why they gave him that leeway. Like, if that was a real sanctioned boxing bout and the number one contenders take his hammer and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, you pretty much lost. Exactly. It's over for you.
Yep. That's what's up.
Yo, Adrian!
Just the fight industry in itself has evolved
from the beginning
so much because of MMA. And it's really because of jiu-jitsu, because once jiu-jitsu and was able to dominate the way it did,
right?
It was like, we got to approach this differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, all fighters had to, it's like, you have to learn this. You know what I'm saying?
It's a ground game, man.
If you can't do it, you can't play.
Or it's like, even with jiu-jitsu, even a smaller person has a chance with a bigger person. You know what I'm saying? You bring them into your wheelhouse. It's all about leverage.
Right. Right.
And technique.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's what real great, and like you watch they say like Hollywood movies, right? Like Bruce Lee and those Hollywood scenes, right? All this acrobatic striking that's going on. The average person doesn't know what a fight, that hasn't seen fights, doesn't know what fights really would look like, would think that, that's what a real fighter would look like.
Right.
And in real truth, like a great fighter fighting against a bunch of amateurs trying to jump him in that situation would look entirely different than what Bruce Lee made it look like. You know what I mean? No, and there's going to be a whole lot of submitting going on. Because that's the, you got not... The only way to get to subtract these people is to knock them out, is to put them down.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
You got to
Yeah.
figure out ways to put them down, you know. And the reason why I say that too is another Joe Rogan podcast I was listening to. There was an MMA fighter that went to prison,
Right.
and there was two guys in there, that was actually in there talking about the prison story to him. Well, there was a situation where there was a prison brawl, right? And the guy they didn't know who this dude was, you know what I'm saying? They just had a bunch of OGs in prison trying to fuck him over.
Right. I know. I feel.
And like he told you how tough the fight was, but like how the tactics that he used and like how he used the one to like put one to sleep and held this one to sleep and was using that one as a shield to shield him for, you know what I'm saying? Like the training kicked in and he fucked over everybody.
Damn.
In that room. But I mean, he suffered, but he fucked over everybody in that room because of that training that he had. In the prison, let's put it this way, the prison guards came to that dude after and thanked him for that, like, because they saved them. He saved them from that situation.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that just taught jujitsu.
Yeah.
That's what it all boiled down to, is jujitsu.
Yeah. It works.
Saved his life.
It works. And then kind of going back to what you were saying about Jocko on that interview or that podcast that you were saying, like, Henno Gracie has programs and and they teach that too to police officers. They have a program that does that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To get to get combat jiu-jitsu Gracie, like,
right,
just, like, to get it out there to show, like, hey, this works and you can use that, with all the heat with police and everything else.
Yeah,
that jiu-jitsu works without having to go to that point to where you have to make a rash decision.
That's what I'm saying.
To make a bad outcome.
If you can neutralize the situation with your bare hands, rather than having to go to these tools, because that's what's killing people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is the tools on your belt.
Mm-hmm.
That should be a last resort, Yep. And it's a fact, and that's what Jocko was getting at. I'm glad that they've actually done.
I'm glad that they actually make it.
Yeah, because most people in that situation, I mean, when police show up to a scene, most of the time, the person that they have to neutralize is in an irrational state. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
By putting them to sleep, you could get that person from an irrational state to a rational state real quick. Because when they do finally get a wake up, they ain't gonna know where the fuck they were at. They ain't gonna know what happened, and you're able to talk to them and tell them what happened at that point.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, honestly, and that could, how many lives how many lives will be saved because of that?
Yeah, just from that alone. Yeah. And like I said, man, it works. That's the problem with the police force and their training, their combat training or whatever. It's just because they don't train enough, or they just limited to what they know and what they have to go through the academy.
Right.
But if they knew, like other arts of ways to avoiding bad situations from happening, and that's what Henner's goal was, and Jocko was talking about too, that it can be done, and it shows, and this can work,
right?
And that's what really, and I think more and more police departments, whether they doing their little seminars or whatnot, they're seeing it, and it's like incorporate that into the program, incorporate that into the training, so.
I mean, even they change the uniform.
Right.
Just walk around in jujitsu gear.
Yeah.
Where you're comfortable, you're good, relaxed. Hey, we could either do this the good way, or you can go night.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Well, it's just like,
and that's what the suit says now. That's
but again, though, it's like even with jiu-jitsu, because you have gi and no gi. You know what I'm saying? Like, but no gi's more like MMA, or if you like wrestling or grappling, you know, instead of having something to grab, you know, you get your grips, or you put your head, your arm around their neck, and you find grips, grip their arm, grip their wrist. You know, it's not just about, I mean, yeah, gis, you have a better grip, but I like training no gi because it's more real life, because you might not have a collar to grip. It might be a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? They might not have a shirt if they all like old school, throwing off their shirt, trying to throw their arms up. You don't, if you know no gi, it's like you know how to incorporate that situation. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I think so like to me, a no gi situation would probably be something that would be practiced, but just not all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that would be like maybe a once a week thing, or whatever. However that would be done. To me, like I coach ball, right? So like in softball, you don't really most of them. I'm gonna use softball or baseball for an example. When you practice hitting, you don't just go out there and live hit, right? The pitcher don't get on the mound and just throw you a bunch of pitches. Exactly. It don't work like, it's small it's all small techniques, which to me is equivalent to wearing the gi, right? And then live hitting would be street clothes. You feel what I'm saying? Exactly. Which is when the pitcher gets on the mound and actually, throws you live bullets, right?
Kick me in the Jimmy! Yes!
I mean, that's So there's, you practice it, but you don't do it every day. And it's just for that reason. So you know what it really feels like, right? It don't feel like a gi in real life. So you always understand what it really is gonna, get you an idea what it really feels like. Right. That's it. That's all that's for.
Did you see that video with Matt Serra? You know how Matt Serra was like the welterweight champion when he beat George St. Pierre back in the day? He was a UFC champion. He actually beat George St. Pierre and got the belt when he was on the
No.
Well, they got a video of him where he subdued a person in a restaurant.
It's okay. Calm down. Calm down. I'm gonna break you. I'm gonna fuck you up. It's okay.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Calm down, buddy. It's all right. It's okay.
Dude, relax.
It's okay. Calm
You're
down.
not gonna win. Relax.
You good, buddy? All right, I'm getting off you, buddy.
Who's
Calm down.
good?
Calm down.
I'm a cheer, you fuck this
Calm
guy.
down. Are you good, buddy?
I'm pressing charges. I'm pressing charges with this guy right now.
Are you ready to
Right
control?
now.
What do you want to get to know?
I'm pressing charges with this guy right now. I'm pressing charges.
Dude,
I'm a chairman. You gotta back up. I'm a chairman right now. Stand down. I'm not attacking nobody. I'm pressing charges right now.
I don't do it.
Right? And he basically held him down, used jujitsu, held him down until the cops came, or, to calm him down and be like, dude, I'm not the one to fuck with. Telling the dude, because he was all belligerent, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the one to fuck with, and it's all on video, bro. You can see that. I know it was kind of going around, but again, that's to show how, accurate and how precise it could be to neutralize a situation, even in real life.
Was that, wait, Joe, is that the British dude?
I'm surprised you're not wearing a tinfoil hat today to stop the fucking messages coming.
No, he's from New York.
Okay, there's a dude in UFC.
But
I hate to even say he's a kind of an English guy. I watched the live video of him. He was in the French court. Well,
that's Michael Bisping.
He was telling the story about
Michael Bisping,
about
dude.
something that happened to him in the quarters.
Yeah. That shit was crazy, bro.
And the guy had no idea who he was. Right. Yeah. And the reason why I'm saying, like, I didn't know how big he was either. I didn't know how big he was when I seen that video. I didn't. And then after I seen him on a pay-per-view card, like in the doing commentating. Right. I'm like, oh, he's that big.
Height, reach, good looks, fucking accent, the jab,
the punch, the kick, everything.
Yeah, he's already past that. He's already commentating on the UFC fight nights.
Yeah,
now.
right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's that big. He's a jerk. You know, he's doing the commentary.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. You don't know who you're gonna run into.
Especially in New Orleans, man. Like, everybody comes to New Orleans.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we know. You know?
In the quarters,
Right.
50% of those people are tourists.
Exactly.
At least 50% are tourists.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got your locals more of it. They working, and they going. Usually, if you go to the quarters, you're going for a reason. You're not going to hang out. What y'all doing, man? We're just going to hang out in the quarter.
Yeah, we're going to Bourbon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
usually go there for, oh, we're going to hang at the Riverwalk. Oh, we're going to eat at this place. Oh, we going to, you go there for specifics today. Because you from here. Like,
but tourists, they go to Bourbon.
Right. They want to walk up and down and
Bourbon,
see everything.
Get the whole, nightlife on how it is. But, they kind of see how it is when they come down here.
Right. Oh, dude, speaking of the quarters, today, the newspaper, on the cover of the newspaper, was they want to address the graffiti problem now.
Oh, now?
Now. Yeah.
They just all of a sudden, like, we need to address this now, like it hasn't been going on.
Because one of the tourist booth right there by the river, by the ferry, right by the ferry.
Yeah.
I think that's where you buy tickets for shit. Somebody graffitied that.
Oh, damn.
And then it was like, oh, that's enough is enough now.
Right.
And they put that picture on the newspaper. It's like, dude, there's graffiti everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
Like graffiti on graffiti. There's nowhere it's like a tattooed body with nowhere else to put tattoos anymore. Oh, that's how much graffiti they got in the quarter.
It's like
just downtown, right?
Yeah, right here. Yeah, that's good.
Well, they stopped. I mean, what happened is they stopped. What you want to call that motherfucking shit? They stopped like trying to criminalize it.
Right.
They stopped criminalizing people for it, and then it became where it's like, oh, the cops be like, yeah, he's a good one, man. Put that, man. I like what you're doing right there. You know what I'm saying?
Put him out there like it's art.
Put up a barricade for this man so he can finish this piece.
Exactly.
That's how loose it got.
Right.
And now people finally want to say something. You ain't getting nothing from this mayor. She don't give a fuck. Right. She don't give a fuck. She's in her second term. She's getting the fuck out here. She ain't trying to fuck with that. But they got some of these names with the same old names you see all the time, like Old Crow, right?
Right.
There's a graffiti names is all famous ones. It's all over there. Here's another one I see all the time. Terribly written, Alfredo. I don't know if you ever see.
You know what?
Alfredo
I
with
do
the
remember.
8 and the 0.
Yeah, 8 and 0.
Dude, I'm trying to drop famous tag names in the city now, and they're gonna and then I'm gonna fucking drop a brain fart right now too. But you know what I'm talking. They're gonna come to me as soon as we stop recording.
Right.
But what do you do to clean up? I mean, bro, you can't. The whole Not Woke video is all. Thankfully, that was all free art. Bro.
I know, right?
You know what I'm
I
saying?
saw that. I was like, look, he picked a good spot.
Pain is a gift. Instead of avoiding it, learn to embrace it. 'Cause without pain, there is no growth.
If you like this content, do your boy a favor, give me a like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share. Even if it's alright, just share. Be like, yo, dog, this shit's alright, check it out. And if you want more fire from the buyer, it's Higgnz. That's H, 1 I, 2 G's, and Z. Always ever seen a B-boy in hip boots? Me, boy.